This is Malavar TC1, here to answer your burning question: which of the two most popular Final Fantasy free-to-play games is best? Be sure to stick around after the video for a chance to win a Google Play gift card in celebration of my channel's first million views. With that, let's get started. Which story is better? Final Fantasy Record Keeper follows the story of a record keeper named Tiro, a record keeper whom is to look over all the magical tales of the various Final Fantasy world in a great library. The records unfortunately get corrupted or lost. It is Tiro's duty to recover those records. That's pretty much it. The main story is extremely limited, with much of the focus of the game revolving around other Final Fantasy game nostalgia. If you're looking for an original story, you'll find it is quite lacking. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is an original full-length Final Fantasy-esque story reminiscent to a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 vibe. It follows the lives of Rain and Laswell in their search for ancient crystals and stopping a Dark Lord named Veritas. Along the way, they travel to various lands and meet an array of characters. The story contains a wide array of all new characters unique to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. However, if you are looking for remakes of old Final Fantasy games, you won't find it here. Next up, let's take a look at exploration. Much like most Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius offers the player the option to explore areas they have finished. This exploration mode allows players to search for treasures and extra side quests in their adventure. Final Fantasy Record Keeper does not have an exploration mode per se. However, there are events that allow players to relive boss fights of mainstream Final Fantasy games and spin-offs such as Final Fantasy Tactics or the movie Advent Children. Moving on, we have the roster. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius offers players advanced sprites of some mainstream Final Fantasy characters as well as some Final Fantasy Brave Exvius exclusives. Although the roster is less than Final Fantasy Record Keeper, at the moment it has the potential to surpass Final Fantasy Record Keeper character variety, simply by the continued release of new, unique characters. Final Fantasy Record Keeper's roster consists of characters from almost every Final Fantasy game, and every character is available to every player as long as they have finished the mission required to pick up that character. No luck involved. Final Fantasy Record Keeper has also implemented wardrobe selection to some characters to offer a higher variety to players. But with limited Final Fantasy games and only original characters being Tiro, Final Fantasy Record Keeper's roster may become surprisingly slim in a far-off future. Next topic of discussion is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius' Lapis and Final Fantasy Record Keeper's Mithril. Both are the premium currency of their respective games. One Mithril is around equal value as 100 Lapis. Both games incentivize players to keep coming back by either offering a few Mithril here or 100 Lapis there through completing quests, events, or daily logins. However, if characters and players are willing to drop cash, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius offers more bang for your buck. While $100 will lend a player roughly 110 Mithril, that same amount of money will lend a player 18,000 Lapis. Comparing to Mithril would be about 180, an increase of over 63%. Pretty much dropping cash in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius will amount to much more in the long run compared to Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Luckily, Final Fantasy Record Keeper seems to give much more Mithril and for free as long as players don't waste it, and will serve them well, as it brings me to my concluding comparison: drop rates and summons. Final Fantasy Record Keeper is somewhat infamous for having abysmally low drop rates in the US version of the game, and is often called out by the Final Fantasy Record Keeper community. Their major boosts sometimes only account for a 0.1% drop rate increase. For a weapon or armor, you're not looking at much. If you're looking for a specific rare weapon or armor, expect to save Mithril for months, or spend hundreds of dollars otherwise. You are most likely not getting it. On the other hand, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is awesome in their rare summon drop rates. Major boosts often lead players to getting their desired characters. Major epic drop rates are known to increase from 1% to 5% for specific characters. Albeit, even if it is 3 stars, most 3-star characters have the potential to still become the best character in the game. A 3-star Cecil, for example, will always have the opportunity to reach his max epic stats and level, whereas a 3-star drop rate in Final Fantasy Record Keeper will never become an epic level max stat weapon or armor. Now, here comes the good part. Which is better? Although Record Keeper is the best of the two for nostalgia and seemingly limitless old school boss battles and feels, I'm going to have to give it to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Though fairly new, the developers seem to care more about their fanbase, and in time I see a lot more potential coming from the story, exploration, and overall unique feel. There you have it. Now for those of you who stuck around, here's a few simple steps in order to get yourself in that giveaway. You simply have to like this video, be a subscriber to my channel, and comment below on which of the two Final Fantasy Brave Exvius or Final Fantasy Record Keeper you think is better, and why you think so. I won't be offended by your comments. In fact, I'll probably respond to them and have a good discussion with you. I hope you liked this video. This is MalavarTC1 signing off. Thanks.